President Donald Trump said he will make his decision on who to nominate to the Supreme Court on Sunday night or Monday, as he is getting very close to a final call on the next justice. "I'm getting very close to making a final regular decision," he told reporters as he left the Trump National Golf Course Bedminster in New Jersey on Sunday to return to the White House. "I'll probably be decided tonight or tomorrow sometime by 12 o'clock. I think we're all going to be meeting at 9 o'clock, he added. It was unclear if he meant a meeting at 9 p.m. Sunday night or 9 a.m. on Monday morning, or if the president was referring to his 9 p.m. announcement scheduled for Monday night. One finalist said to be on his Supreme Court shortlist has the family blessing the endorsement of the president's sister Maryanne Trump Berry. U.S. Appeals Court Judge Thomas Hardiman served on the Third Circuit Court of Appeals with Trump's older sister. Hardiman was also a finalist on the president's last Supreme Court shortlist when Trump ended up nominating Neil Gorsuch. Trump Berry, who advocated for Hardiman the last time around, has given him her strong endorsement again, the Hill newspaper reported. The president has a fresh interest in Hardiman, the New York Times reported, having come close to picking him in 2007. Trump reportedly likes Hardiman's personal story. He was the first person in his family to finish college, graduating from Notre Dame. His father was a cab driver, and Hardiman continued the family business while putting himself through Georgetown Law School. He also speaks fluent Spanish, studied abroad in Mexico, and volunteered at the AUDA, an immigration legal aid office in Washington, D.C. Trump has said he'll name his pick to replace retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy on Monday evening at 9 p.m. His choice will likely shape the court for years to come and move the bench to right, replacing the swing vote Kennedy with the more conservative jurist. And the conservative base likes Hardiman. Conservatives like his stance on the Second Amendment, where he's ruled the two convicted felons should not be barred from access to guns because their crimes were not violent in nature. The judge also has a reputation as a reliable conservative on the Federal Appeals Court in Philadelphia. And there is one hot-button issue that Hardiman has not weighed in on in a judicial setting: abortion. The lack of a paper trail on the controversial issue could help him in the confirmation process, as there would not be a record for Democrats to pick through during questioning. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer took to Twitter Sunday afternoon to slam Hardiman's credentials. Thomas Hardiman is a judge on the Third Circuit Court of Appeals and on Donald Trump's pre-approved list for SCOTUS noms, having passed his litmus tests on overturning Roe v. Wade and striking down critical protections in our healthcare system, he wrote. The other three names said to be on the president's short list are Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, and Raymond Ketledge. Share this article. The Republican leader in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, is said to be having doubts that Kavanaugh and Barrett could get confirmed. Kavanaugh has a long judicial history for both Republicans and Democrats to pick through during the confirmation process. He was also a lawyer on Ken Starr's team that investigated Bill Clinton and has close ties to the President George W. Bush, whom he served as staff secretary. Bush appointed Kavanaugh to the federal bench. That long, controversial history could give Democrats an opportunity to deal the confirmation vote into October, when the Supreme Court's new term begins and when the midterm election is looming ahead. Meanwhile, Coney Barrett's strict Catholic faith may work against her, especially on the abortion issue. McConnell needs every Republican vote to a justice-confirmed and moderate Republican Sens. Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski support abortion rights. The Senate leader has told Trump that Kethledge and Hardiman have the fewest obstacles to confirmation, the New York Times reported. Kethledge's background appears to appeal to both Trump and the Senate. Although he lacks the Ivy League pedigree, he went to University of Michigan Law School. He's a hunter, a fisherman and an outdoorsman, traits not to be discounted as it would make it hard for Democrats in the Senate like Sen. Jon Tester or Heidi Heitkamp to oppose him. And he has one other thing going for him: Trump is said to love him. A source familiar with the interviews the president conducted last week told Politico Trump loved Kethledge and hit it off with him. Simple math tells you, if John McCain is absent, it's a 50-49 Senate. One Republican senator can decide the fate of any Supreme Court nominee, Democratic Sen. Dick Durbin said on NBC's Meet the Presses on Sunday morning. McConnell has spoken to Trump or White House counsel Don McGahn, or both, every day since Kennedy announced on June 27 that he was retiring from the court, according to the Times. The senator has told the two men there is no margin of error on the pick because the timing of the Senate's court vote is so close to an election that could hand control of the chamber to Democrats. 3 red state Senate Democrats up for re-election this year voted to confirm Gorsuch, and McConnell is hopeful they will support the next nominee. But he is prepared to go forward with only Republican votes, which is why he is sounding notes of caution about Kavanaugh and Barrett. Republican senators, in the meanwhile, took to the influential Sunday public affairs shows to argue any of the 4 contenders could get confirmed. Republicans are holding 4 lottery tickets, and all of them are winners, Senator Lindsey Graham said on Fox News Sunday. And Republican Senator Roy Blunt said on NBC's Meet the Presses, "I think we can confirm any of the 4 names being mentioned." Additionally, Leonard Leo, who is on leave from the Federalist Society to aid Trump in selecting a Massachusetts, said on ABC's This Week that he's confident the president and can get anybody confirmed.